Catch me if you can.
Hey, what's up guys, it is Mark Yoon, and today I'm bringing you another hopefully exciting video. So what we're going to be doing today is a video that was inspired by a personal friend of mine, Rich. He has his own channel called Ragaroth Enterprises, and you can find a link to that channel in the description box below. He did a video recently on the upcoming Mortal Kombat 11 game that's my approximated slated to be released April 20th of 2019. Or sometime in April. Anyway, we won't narrow it down to a date, but I'm pretty confident in that prediction. So what he did is he was talking about the guests that are going to be in Mortal Kombat 11. And as we know, there's usually a few criteria that go into NetherRealm Studios guests. More often than not, when we're dealing with the Mortal Kombat franchise, as recently anyway, it's been horror movie characters and horror movie icons. And there are usually a few things that go into making these decisions, such as upcoming projects starring these characters, or sometimes they just want to shine a light on them. So NetherRealm isn't as beholden to the trope of releasing a character when a movie is coming out as other studios are, as they've done things in the past with Leatherface and whatnot. But we're gonna jump right into this. I'm going to be discluding characters that have already been revealed from the last Mortal Kombat game, because I don't think there's going to be any returning guest characters, because NetherRealm Studios, again, usually doesn't do that. So even though there is an upcoming Predator movie, I do not think Predator is going to be in Mortal Kombat 11, just for an example. So let's get right into this now, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, drop a like. This is going to be in no particular order. These are just characters that I would like to see. The reason I'm not putting them in a particular order is because I don't want to have a giant fight fest going on in the comments section about which character should be in which part. So we're just going to take this and play it by ear, and we're just going to have fun with it, and I hope you guys do too. So number one that I would like to see, well, let's not even go by numbers. One of the characters that I would like to see in Mortal Kombat that I think stands a chance, though a very, very, very low chance, is Chucky from the Child's Play series. Now, this may seem like an odd choice to most of you, and I would be inclined to agree with you, but I just think it would be hilarious. They put Yoda in Soul Calibur 4, so why not have, Chucky running around with his plethora of weaponry? You can use the power drill and the knife and just all kinds of fun stuff. Maybe even do a sort of Naruto-esque clone jutsu type of deal, because in the recent movie, if you guys haven't seen Cult of Chucky, there's a ton of Chuckies running around. So I just think that would be hilarious, and it would be funny, and he is a horror movie icon, so it would fit with the trope of NetherRealm Studios. And I just think it would be incredibly fun, if you can imagine a giant character like Goro going up against Chucky. It would just be hilarious to me. Of course, we can go into their movesets. I don't want to do that too much. I just want to go into the actual characters, because I have a list of 10 and plus a bonus. But, Chucky has a ton of moves at his disposal. So, one variation could possibly be a weapons variation, where he just, utilizes different weapons in his moveset. And a second variation could be where he sends out, or he attacks with all the other Chuckies. They'll grab your legs and hold you down while he, attacks you. Stuff like that. And including Bride of Chucky and all that stuff. That'll be pretty fun. And a third variation, I don't know, who knows, Chucky, so maybe his actual adult form or something. I don't know. The model might be too different, but let's not go into that. I just want to have fun with this list. So my next character that I want to talk about is Pennywise from It. Okay, so a lot of things I've been seeing online is that Pennywise is just a clown. He's actually not. He's and I've been also been, hearing people say he's a demon. I guess you can kind of, by our standards and certain people's religious views, call him a demon, but not in the canon of the story. He's just an interdimensional, extraterrestrial being. He's pretty much a dimensional god that rules over whatever dimension he lives in, and he feeds off fear, especially that of children. And I think he feeds off that fear based on his own fear, because he knows that children have the innocence to be able to defeat him, and adults are far too, whatever. We're not going to get into the actual motivations behind Pennywise, but if you've seen the original, like, he transforms into whatever he wants based on the actual fear of the person that he's actually, going against. He turns into, like, this giant creepy spider, which is pretty cool. Personally, I have arachnophobia, so that wasn't too nice, but depending on whatever the fear is, like, he will transform himself and the situation and the environment. He is a reality warper, and he's on a high caliber of power. So people saying he's just a clown, I would recommend you reading the book and watching both series fully before making that comment. He's pretty up there power-wise. If he was a comic book character, man, he'd be pretty tough. So yeah, I think he would just be great. Maybe some of his transformations could also be like variations or whatever. My next character that I would like to shine a light on would be the Nun from Conjuring 2, the Conjuring series. She's got an upcoming movie coming out, and again, as like, a demon, she's got a pretty wide array of movesets, and I think it would just be cool to have something like really creepy like that in the game. I know we've mainly had slashers, unless you're counting Freddy Krueger, who's technically like a wraith himself. But I just think the Nun would play a pretty cool role in the movie, and I would like to see her do some cool stuff. And alongside that, the next character I wanted to see that, possibly could be in is another Conjuring villain who has his stakes in an upcoming movie, and that would be the Crooked Man. Personally, I think the Crooked Man would work better in Mortal Kombat than the Nun, because he's kind of done more in the series, so like you can see like almost an established moveset, and it wouldn't be hard to create anything else. He's like a cross between like Slender Man and like, I don't know, a carnival worker. He's just like really creepy and really cool. I think he would be a cool iteration to have in the game. Just like, I don't know, I'm just like throwing this list out there, so if you agree with it, you agree with it. If you don't, you don't. It's I'm not even saying that like these are possible, but like likely based on like the past things that they've done. Which brings me to my next guest, which is Slender Man, who also is slated to have an appearance in cinemas upcoming. And honestly, I think this would be the least likely person on my list to be in there, because I don't know what they would do with a moveset in a fighting game, because the whole like thing of Slender Man is he gets other people to do his dirty work for him. So I don't know, maybe he like sends out some kids or something, but I can't see them like signing on to that, because even a studio such as NetherRealm Studios would probably not want the backlash of that. So though it would be cool to kind of see what they can do with the character, maybe have him like some tendrils and tentacles or something like they did in like the game. I don't know, it would be interesting. Let me know what your thoughts are on that in the comment section down below. Alright, and then the next character that I would kind of like to see, which, alright, don't at me about this, but Venom. Now, I know Venom is like a comic book anti-hero. Well, to me, he's pretty much a hero, because the only person he's actually a villain to is Spider-Man, and he even teams up with him to save civilians, like, often, so I wouldn't really consider him a villain at all. Maybe earlier on, but not now. Especially dealing with the upcoming movie starring Tom Hardy and the newest reboot of his character from Ryan Stegman and Donny Cates in Venom #1. The character is definitely a lot more gritty and a lot more horror-oriented, especially the battle between like Eddie and the Clintar himself when he's like taking antipsychotics to keep him from like going crazy. And as we see in the Venom movie like trailer, I don't know how much of actual Venom we're going to be seeing, but it seems like it's shaping up to be more of an action horror than it is like just like a superhero flick, which I'm kind of down with. It would be nice if it's like a thriller. I'm sure we're not gonna get that much Venom. This is gonna go into the same reason why I chose my next character as well, but bear with me until we get there. I mean, Venom's like, come on, like how awesome would he be in the game? He'd have like, of course, variations. He'd have his tendril attacks. He'd have let's have his webbing attack where he just like uses a lot of web and like paralyzes you, puts you stationary. and then we could just have a basic brawler variation. I mean, he would be really cool, and they could really make him fit, because the symbiote is kind of horrifying if you think about it. Like, you have like another being invading your body and like kind of making you go crazy and do whatever it wants. It's definitely not the best scenario in the world, and I don't know about you, but I'd kind of be a little unnerved if I knew that something was literally eating me to stay alive. But that's neither here nor there, so let's jump into the next one. I think this person is more likely than Venom, but he's along the same lines. I would love to see Spawn in Mortal Kombat. Now, Todd McFarlane previously has given the rights to NetherRealm Studios to use Spawn in one of their games, but I think he gave them a time window, but that could be renewed, whatever. And I know he said that he didn't want him in Injustice 2, and due to the nature of the character, a lot of them wanted him to be in Mortal Kombat 11, which is shaping up to be a possibility. He's also said that the new Spawn movie that is forthcoming is going to be more of a horror tale than a superhero tale. He feels that Spawn has gotten past the superhero genre, and he wants to bring him into the horror genre. Honestly, this may be due to just trying to reinvent the character to get more sales and get more people into his comic, and that would be a great reason to team up with NetherRealm Studios, because what kind of popular game like Mortal Kombat can thrust your character into the spotlight? I mean, he would have an excellent moveset with his chains, his protoplasmic powers, his abilities to like create weaponry and use his cape. Like, he would definitely be a good character and definitely have a lot that they can draw from. There's so many comics that they have moves and movies and animated series that they can draw from that there's endless possibilities with that character. And personally, it would be my top pick and my favorite that I would want to see. Alright, and another character we're going to be going into is one that I see requested a lot. Don't hold me for this opinion, because I personally do not like this character or this franchise. I am known to not be that big of a fan of slashers. I'm more of a supernatural horror kind of guy. Slashers to me is just like, why don't they just like beat the guy up? Like, I don't know. I don't know. So a lot of people want to see Mike Myers, so I will include him on this list. Not Mike Myers from SML, like Michael Myers from... could you imagine if they did like Austin Powers in the game, something? Like fatalities, like, oh, behave. I don't know. It'd be hilarious. No, but Michael Myers, he would fit right in there with, you know, Freddy and Jason and Leatherface. I mean, he is a horror icon, as much as I don't really like the character. There's nothing I can really say about that. But his inclusion would definitely be missed if they came out with a version of the game that had all these DLC characters and he wasn't in there, because he is an icon and people do like him, and I appreciate that people like them and I respect their opinions. So, though I don't know exactly how much they can possibly do with a character, because he probably wouldn't have that strong of a moveset in an actual Mortal Kombat game, but I'm sure they can. If they could do stuff with Bo Rai Cho, I'm sure they could do stuff with Michael Myers. So I'm not completely hating on the idea. I mean, let me know why you want him in the comment section below. That's what I'm mainly interested in. I want to know like why people want Michael Myers, besides the fact that he's like a horror icon and he'd be sorely missed without the rest of the cast. Alright, and my next to last character that I want to see included is another horror icon that I think would fit perfectly into the Mortal Kombat realm. I would love to see Pinhead from the Hellraiser series. I mean, we got another interdimensional like demon being here with like reality warping powers, but there's contingencies based on those powers. And I just think him, along with the rest of his crew, would be really fun to use in this game. It would be really, really cool to see them. I mean, who knows, maybe like Shang Tsung comes back and summons them, or finds the box, you know, and opens it. I don't know. It would be pretty fun to have them in there, and interesting to see their move sets. I don't know, like, I'm not hating on the idea. I would pretty much like to see him in there, and I think he would fit well with the rest of the cast, so we'll see where that goes. But how likely is it? I'm not sure how likely it is, to be honest. Like, I don't really think they'd go with Pinhead, but it'll be fun to see. And my last mention is another personal favorite of mine, and I think it would fit perfectly with the game, and that's Kayako Saeki from the Ju-on series or the Grudge series. Dude, I mean, her moveset would be insane. Like, could you see her, like, interacting with the environment by, like, creepily, like, running up stuff with that, like, jagged moveset she has, attacking you with her hair, teleporting. Her grab could be, like, you know, hair appearing in the ground, and, like, it grabs your legs, and she just, like, crawls up you and, like, warps your face. Like, I don't know, like, she would be a really cool character. Maybe she can incorporate Toshio in her moveset, and I don't know, some other stuff. I just think she'd be really cool in the game. I know there's someone similar to her. There's a character similar to what type of, you know, Japanese ghost she is in the Killer Instinct franchise on Xbox, and I have played as her. And while it is a little similar, I would like to see Kayako's, like, actual, like, moves in the Mortal Kombat game, and I just think it would be extremely fun to see. So that's my list, guys. I have one honorable mention on here. I don't know if you guys know who Pumpkinhead is, but Pumpkinhead is one of my favorite horror movie villains, and I would just love to see him in the franchise. So if I am going to give a bonus, it would be to Pumpkinhead. And it would be nice to have another variation of, like, a giant character in the game, because we don't have much of that. So that's going to be my video for today, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, please drop me a like, and in the comment section down below, let me know what kind of guest characters you would like to see in Mortal Kombat 11. Just remember the past of what they usually go with and what they go by. And thanks for Rich, Ragnarok Enterprises, for giving me the idea to make this video. And if you guys want to go support him, there is a link to his channel in the comment section. I mean, not in the comment section, in the description box down below. So go show him some love, tell him I sent you. And I don't know if there's anything else you guys want me to cover, leave it in the comment section below. You can always follow me on Twitter and let me know stuff on there. I post a lot of stuff on there, and there's no real forum for me to let you guys know when videos are coming out or what is coming out. So if you follow me on Twitter, I'll be able to actually, like, post more about, like, upcoming videos and get more interaction with you guys. But that's going to be it for today, guys, and I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Of course, I have a myriad of other works that you can look through to see if you actually like my channel or not before making that decision. And I just want to personally thank you for stopping by and saying hey. That's going to be the video for today, and as always, stay powered up. Peace.